What is up? Happy, happy full moon. I love that I'm really restricted for 7 days. That's so funny. So no one can gift for 7 days. Oh, that's so funny. I don't understand all of this stuff, and it is what it is, and I'm just not, you know what, we're just not even going to worry about it, because what the hell ever. Because what the hell ever. All right, let's see here. Instead, let's do some astrology. Let's do some astrology. How about that? How about that? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a cat. That was a cat under my footies. All right, let's see here. We're going to fix this. How has your full moon day been? How has your full moon day been? I woke up a little bit angry. I'm not going to lie. I woke up angry and I realized that I did not need to people today. I didn't need to people today. It just wasn't a good thing. It's been a little bit rough. Oh no, for a lot of you guys. Yeah. I'm going to move you right here so I can put astrology right here. There we go. I have a few people right off the bat. I usually don't do myself with these, but guess what I'm going to do this evening? Also, we're going to be listening to Mozart while we do this. I love classical music, and I've always been a fan of classical music. I mean, probably because I was a band nerd. But did you know that there are certain tones and so on in Mozart that affect the vast majority of your brain? Did you know that? Did you know that by playing classical music, especially like Mozart, Beethoven, things like that, that it activates more of your brain and helps you focus more? Did you know that? Did you know that? It does. So that's what we're going to listen to tonight. I got to adjust some of these things. There we go. Alrighty then. So y'all get to kind of see a little crooked version here, because I'm going to pull some astrology charts so I can see the thingies. And I know there's going to be somebody coming in going, oh, it's classical music, I don't like it. I don't care. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull my chart first. Where am I? There I am. So what I'm going to do with these astrology charts is this. Ooh, I didn't mean to like make you do that. What I'm going to do with these astrology charts. So I'm going to pull them up. I'm going to show you where your moon is. Right there. All right. You get me in the glasses. The reason that, no, you didn't, Autumn. I have a couple of you guys that got candles that I need to refund you for. The universe does not want me to do candles right now. And you know what? I get it. Oh, there's a spot in the middle of my glasses. So the strawberry moon is about manifestation and goal setting and all of those things, right? But it's also about gratitude. So just putting out, I'm grateful to the universe is not a bad thing. However, what if I could tell you exactly where your gratitude should be now, right now, in this moment? And that way you know. How is there still shit on my glasses? Ugh. I am upset, mad, angry. You know what? It is. No, it's going to drive me up the wall. Plus, you know what? Sometimes when the world is so stressful, it's really hard to be grateful. But if you know exactly where to put it, it's much better, right? So we're going to move this up a little bit. There we go. We don't want that. So my moon when I was born is in Libra in the second house. So if I move this, to now, where did that moon go? So right now, currently, my moon is in the 4th house in Sagittarius. And I know some of you guys are like, well, everybody's moon is going to be in Sagittarius. My nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. Correct. Everybody's moon will be in Sagittarius. But how that affects you right now is for what part of your chart it sits in. I'm going from an air sign when I was born, which you can see right there. I'm going from an air sign when I was born to the fire sign now. So how is that affecting me? Angry. Angry. That's how it's affecting me. That's how it's affecting me. But the fact that my moon is going into, or my moon currently is in my 4th house. The 4th house is roots and family and home and being where you feel comfortable, being in your home base, basically. And since I have a whole bunch of family things going on, good things going on, that's where I need to put my gratitude right now, is with family stuff, right? Just saying. So yeah, I totally understand that. I also like that my sun sign right now is in the 10th house, so that makes me happy. All right. Why are you not doing the thing? There we go. All right. I'm going to do the Sassy McSass pants because I'm doing a few for some of my moderators that asked did. So Sass, when she was born, her moon is in the 10th house in Aries. So these readings are a little smaller this evening because a lot of this is going to speak to you individually. A lot of this is going to be you paying attention to what does the 4th house mean for you? What does the 10th house mean for you? Etc., etc. Does that make sense? What's up, Christine? Are you back home or are you still out traveling? I think I have awesome moderators too. Why? What is this? Why is everything updating and I don't want it to update like that? Did y'all notice that what's up with my bangs, first of all? You know what? You're being a bitch. Hold on. All right. There we go. All right. So Sass's moon when she was born was in the 10th house in Aries. So she's not feeling a lot as far as emotions go because she's going from one fire sign to another fire sign. So her emotions are normal right now. They're normal. She's not feeling crazy above and beyond. Right a minute. Right? Words. But her moon did go from the 10th house, which is the career house, to the 6th house, which is work ethic. It is health. It's how you eat. It's your habits and things like that. So I find it interesting just because I know there are some things going on in the Sass's life right now that makes perfect sense. But the 6th house is also like your analytical nature and things like that. So pay very close attention, Sassy McSass Pants, on organization, on work ethic, on focusing on those things. And I will say that it is right on the line of Capricorn, where yours is sitting right now. It is right on the line of Capricorn, which is all about the Benjamins, while you're in a work ethic type of mode. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Let's see if this will pull up. All right. The Scarly Poo, her moon is also in Aries, but hers is in the 9th house. And yours is also moving into the 6th house. Interesting. You guys want to know something really, really funny? I pulled Scarly and Sass's things. We were all three on a call, and I was showing them how to do some stuff in the astrology software. And so I pulled their things. Y'all are not going to believe this. Their big 3 is the same. So my best friend, and I don't know what are you, Scarly? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Scarly would be. Scarly's one of my other best friends. But both of them have the exact same big 3. I was like, no wonder the two of you get along so fucking well. You have the exact same big 3. Like, it was hilarious. I still think it's hilarious. I'm going through my mods a little quicker than I will some of y'all, because I know they're going to ask me 50 bazillion questions in our chat. So Scarly's is going from the 9th house to the 6th house as well. What am I doing with my life right now? Let me put this over here. Hold, please. There we go. Hold, please. Hold, please. The Christine. So Christine's, you're going from an earth to a fire. Okay. You're also going from the 11th house. Okay. Yours went from the 11th house to the 2nd house. So yours went from more friendship-based social awareness, hopes and dreams and goals for the future, to the 2nd house, which is the material girl house. So this is why you've been looking at a lot of things a little differently. This is why you've been looking at things so differently. So differently. The 2nd house is interesting because this is priorities. And there's a few things going on astrologically this week that are about resetting your priorities. So I think that this is really funny. I know, that's why I thought it was funny. For you guys that are like moderators that I talk to all the time, and I know some things that are going on, it's hilarious to see this line up, and I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know. All right, hold on just a minute, because I saw a message about something. So for those of you guys that got a full moon candle working, I'm just going to refund you. There were only a couple of you, because the damn, let me just say this. Every time I've tried to do candles lately, the universe has been like, nope. So I haven't done it. So I'm just going to refund you guys. So yeah, don't stress about it. I got you. All right. All right, Donna. So Donna's moon is going from an earth. I always love that. Donna's moon is going from earth to fire. But it's going from the 3rd house to the 11th house. Okay. So Donna's moon is going from her like mind, mental, like where things are. The 3rd house is interesting because this is like the Mercury of the houses. Does that make sense? Like this is communication and so on. But it's moved from there to the 11th house. So let me back up just a little bit. So like with Christine's, where her gratitude should be right now is with the things that she has. Does that make sense? Focusing on priorities and focusing on the things that she has. Like with mine, going from I can't remember now, the second house into the fourth house. I need to be grateful for my family and things like that. With Sass and Scarly, they need to be grateful for, or put their grateful workings into, I didn't realize that was going to be loud because everybody wants to talk to me when I'm on a live stream. This is where you need to focus your gratefulness. Does that make sense? That's what this is going to be. These are not, when I read for you guys, they're not all going to be this short. I'm just letting you know, okay? Miss Donna, hers is moving into the 11th house, which is friends. It is social awareness. It's technology. It's hopes and wishes and dreams and goals for the future. And I find that really funny. I find that really funny because if y'all don't know anything about my moderator, Donna, this woman has all kinds of crazy animals at her house. I mean, and I'm not just talking like a couple of dogs and a lizard. I mean, this woman has like all kinds of dogs, all kinds of horses, including wild horses. She has a monkey named Hannah who watches Reiki religiously. She has all kinds of baby goats. She has like a crazy Savannah cat. I mean, she just has all kinds of things. So for it to be like hopes and wishes and humanitarianism, it's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. If I could spell, it'd be great. Have I not done one for Nikole? I thought I had. So Nikole, I don't know if you're listening, but if you'll send me your birthday and stuff on the messenger thingy, I'll pull yours. All right, Brandon, here's yours. So your moon is, oh, well, you're not going to have a problem with your emotions either because your moon was in Sagittarius when you were born and it's in Sagittarius now. But it's going from the 9th house. What are you doing with your life right now? Why are you doing that? Linda. All right. So it's going from the 9th to the 10th house. So what I find interesting about that is that means it went from your, when you were born, your moon was in your philosophy and higher wisdom and higher learning house and so on, and travel and also all this stuff. Now it's moved into career, long-term structure, reputation. It's more of a masculine placement. So what I love about this is that where you should put your grateful aspects right now are in your long-term goals. Like, what kind of long-term goals did you have that you've hit? What kind of long-term goals did you have that now are coming to fruition? That now you can look around and go, oh my God, like this is where this is. So that's where you need to put your long-term or your gratitude in. And what I think is hilarious about this is that with your grandbaby and with all the other things going on, I think it's just fantastic. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. Holly, it's been like that since this morning. Whoever that was this morning, because they've been hitting me with these pandering things, and I've noticed it's only when I'm outside. Now no one can gift for 7 days. No one can gift for 7 days. So maybe I just need to put my damn Cash App up on my profile because it's kind of ridiculous at this point. It's really ridiculous at this point. So you know what we're going to do? I got something for them. I got something for them. Yeah, for 7 days. It is, I don't understand what's going on because it legit is someone reporting me. And that's fine. Whatever you feel you need to do, you know, whatever you feel you need to do. But, yeah, I just love that it's like, that it talks about pandering or performing for gifts or something. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, whatever, Holmes. So yeah. So let's do this. Since they want to do that, let's do this. Shannon, it's unfortunately, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, yeah, I know, Athena, it's crazy. What cracks me up is that, sorry, I'm trying to do something while I'm talking. I see people on here doing all kinds of things all the time. Like all kinds of things all the time. And I don't understand. I'm like, never have I done anything like that. By the way, Sass told me that all the sleepers, do you guys remember that when that was a big thing on TikTok where people would sleep on their live and they would do gifts so you could wake them up? They're all on YouTube. They're all on YouTube. So if you missed if you miss watching people asleep, I'm just saying, you can go to YouTube and watch people asleep. It's really creepy. It's really creepy if you think about it. I don't want you to watch me sleep. I'm all right. I don't need you to watch me sleep. Just saying. There we go. Here, let's see. We're going to be ornery. I think I'm funny. I just want you guys to know that I think I'm funny. I just want you to know I think I'm funny. And if you want to know what it is I'm being funny about, you just click on my profile real quick and look at the top link. I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. All right, Tash, save me from myself. All right. So Tashana's moon isn't too far. She's going from Capricorn into Sagittarius, and she is already a Sagittarius. So I'm curious to see what house it's going to. Oh, well, Tash is good to go. Tash is oh, good, Lando. I'm glad. Tash isn't really feeling a crazy amount of effects from this full moon as far as her emotions go because it's in the same house. It went from the 4th house to the 4th house. But it did go from Capricorn into Sagittarius. So this is a time to be grateful for the people that are in your life, that have been in your life. This is a time to be, to do things with those people and, yeah. For those people, etc. So yeah, I'm just saying. Does that make sense? I'm glad y'all think I'm funny. I'm glad y'all think I'm funny too. I think I'm funny. Miss Dana. Have I pulled a chart for you, Miss Dana? I have. Look at right there. You know what's really funny, Dana? I shared on my story today, in my on this day memory feed was a video I filmed during the retreat I did in 2022. So 3 years ago today, I was in Dallas dying of heat stroke because it was so hot. I don't know how y'all live in there. I don't know how y'all live in Texas. It gets really hot in Oklahoma. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay. I saw that you texted me earlier, girl. Is everything okay? I was thinking about y'all the other day. I actually need questions, so maybe we can trade. I have questions about places. Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna text you back, and maybe we can trade, because I need to learn some things about some things that you guys know a lot about because of your dad. There we go. Because of your dad that I'm not familiar with. So yeah. So I meant to text you back earlier today, and my day, I didn't really text anybody back, so it just is. Just is. So yeah. I'll text you back. Are you going to be up for a little while? Do you want me to text you after this live? Or do you want me to text you in the morning? Okay. I'll text you after this. Yeah, because I was thinking about y'all the other day, and I was like, I really need to text because I have questions. And researching on Google is one thing, but like from somebody that has that ancestry is another. Does that make sense? So yeah. Awesome. I'll text you here in a little bit. So there's some people that come into my lives that I know personally. I'm just letting you guys know that I know personally. So that's why I'm like. By the way, this is my chance to remind you. This is me reminding you that you should always know what kind of interesting things follow your DNA. I'm just saying, every single place. I'm not going to say country because we know those things change too. But every single place on this earth has such an interesting, amazing, gorgeous lore and mythology and practices and beliefs and superstitions, and you guys should fall down the rabbit hole of where your DNA comes from. You will not ever be sorry. I promise you will not ever be sorry. And if you're like, well, I grew up hearing all the stories about, you know, the Irish people or the French people or the Egyptians, you think you grew up knowing all of that stuff, but research. And if you don't know where to start, just get on ChatGPT. It's free. And just say, my family is from, I don't know, Egypt. What's a lesser known myth I should be aware of? What's a lesser known superstition that Egyptians have? Do you see what I mean? Just ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, because you will always find out some stuff that will blow your mind. And okay. All right. I'm just saying. All right. Dana. So when you were born, your moon was in Aries in the 8th house. So you're not going to have to stress too much about, what am I doing with my life right now? Hold on. You're not going to have to stress too much about the fire into the fire. Like your emotions are still fiery emotions. But let's look at now. Ooh, it went down into the 5th house. So you're not having to worry about the fire aspect, but the 5th house is a double-sided thing, okay? So the 5th house is both the inner child and it's like romance, okay? So this is a time to be grateful for two different aspects. One, the loves that you've had in your life as far as romance goes. And some people, when I say stuff like that, I'm like, let me word this correctly. So let me try to word this correctly. Even the relationships that were horrible, that ended badly, that were toxic, there was still a time at the beginning when they were good, right? So even though I've been married twice and like Bodhi has one dad and Kay has another dad, and even though I'm not married to either one of those people anymore, there was still a time when we cared about each other. Do you know what I mean? And because I cared about Brody's dad and he cared about me, now I have a Brody, you know, and now fixing to have first grandbaby. I'm super thankful for that. Do you see what I mean? So this is when I say that you need to be thankful and grateful for romance and past loves and stuff like that. It means look at the lessons that those things have taught you, that those relationships have taught you. Look at where it has made you much stronger. Look at where it has, thank you for that, Christine. Oh, no, no. I do have time later. I 100% have time later. I 100% have time later for that one. You should be getting them. All the birth chart reports and the talent chart reports are going out like slowly but surely. But you need to be grateful for the aspects of your love life, both the good things and the bad things. Does that make sense? Thank you, Nikki. Did you hear me a while ago, Nikole? If you'll send me your birthday on Messenger, then I'll do yours real quick. But the other part of this is my favorite part of the 5th house, which is the inner child. And so this makes me so happy because being thankful for your inner child means go do some childish shit safely. Go do some childish shit safely, okay? Go play with some Play-Doh or go color, or I mean, it's probably 200 degrees in Texas where you are, so maybe throw water balloons or something like that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So be thankful for those things. Gotcha, Nikole. Let me go back, y'all. All right, I'm gonna move you over here a little bit because you don't need to see this part. Why the hell? I'm looking at your last name and I was like, I can't do that. Like, what? What the fuck? Oh, send me where you were born and the time if you know as well, Nikole. I just happen to think like I need those things too. I love that so many of you guys loved the shadow work class this morning. That'll be every Wednesday. It'll be every Wednesday. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I'm about to die. Hey, Mike. So did you send it to the P.O. box? I went to check the P.O. box today and there wasn't anything in there, so I'm gonna go again tomorrow. You better shut your face, Lando. That's not funny. It's not funny. Oh, I'm glad, Coffin Witch. I had to turn the fan on. I got a little stuff out, y'all. It's already on YouTube. Yep. To the address on the website? Okay. That should be the P.O. box, but let me look. If it wasn't, then it might take a day or two for it to get here. I just went through and updated everything on the website. I don't know. Dude, Nikole, I didn't even know that was a place. That sounds like some magical Disney place, girl. What the hell? Why were you born in some magical Disney place? Why were you born in that? Okay. If it was the South Main Street address, which now I'm wondering if it probably is, it should be here tomorrow or the next day. Trust me, I'm looking for it. Don't think I'm not looking for it, Mike. Don't think I'm not looking for it. It means a lot to me that you went there and got me anything and then went to the post office and sent it. Like, I know that's not a small thing and I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna have to do a whole video. I'm gonna have to do a whole video of it. Okay. So yeah, I'm watching like a hawk. So, all right. So Nikole, when you were born, your moon is in Capricorn in the 5th house, like smack in the middle of the 5th house. So you're not going to have a lot of changes energy-wise, really. You might be a little a little more fired up, but not a lot. In my opinion, Sagittarius is the most calm of the fire signs. Like Leo is the top, and then Aries, and then Sagittarius. So it's not going to be that big of a difference. And it's still in the 5th house. So right now, yours is pretty level. Like it's not affecting you in a crazy way. But go do kid fun things. Go do fun kid things. Like go play with some Play-Doh. Like make a little person and squish it. We all did that with Play-Doh, didn't we? We made a person and squished it. Just do something fun kid related. Does that make sense? Do something to make your inner child happy. I'm telling you that first, and then because that's what I would say. I know when you were up here, you and I had some talks about childhood and kid things and so on and so forth. And, then look at love stuff. You know what I mean? Then look at love stuff as in like, what did the good parts of this relationship teach me? What did the bad parts of this relationship teach me? But be grateful for those things, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I just saw that, y'all. Yeah, if y'all think that my mods don't get the trolls like that, like they screenshot it, they're all about it. You ain't getting past. You ain't getting past. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right, let me reorganize this because I just made a mess. Finn. Have I pulled your chart before? I have not. So we'll move this over. Oh shit. Scared the shit out of me. That was my kid downstairs, but I could have sworn I had two. Like, I could have sworn I had two, because didn't we do, like, a birth chart or something for you? Like, I could have sworn I had, but it didn't save or something. All right, so your moon is in Gemini in the 10th house. Okay, so chances are, because it went from air sign to fire sign, you've been you've been angry today. In fact, I would bet the last couple days it's been a little bit like, I am not going to people. I can't people. Does that make sense? So you're going from the 10th house to the 4th house. So the 4th house is roots, it's family, it's your home base. So be doing a lot of grateful workings for your family, for, I'm trying to words everything correctly. Vlad, he's up behind my computer. I'm trying not to be mad. So, let me just say this. Like mine went into the 4th house. And I find it interesting because today I went to the grocery store because we're supposed to have nasty weather the next couple of days. I bought some things for my house yesterday before I looked at my birth chart and saw that I was going into the 4th house. So for those of you guys that you have a moon in your 4th house when you were born, or you have your moon placement going into your 4th house at any time, doing something nice for your house is always going to make you feel better. Because, I mean, let's say that you're mad at everybody in your family and you're like, you know what, I don't want to talk to those fuckers. So how can I be grateful for home base? I went and bought plants yesterday. I finally found a really big, tall snake plant. I'm so excited about that. And then I found a really big aloe plant. Really excited about that. And then today when I was at the grocery store, I bought another plant. Because plants make my earth sign self happy. So doing something like that will help you show your space that you're grateful for that space. Does that make sense? The other thing about the 4th house is this is also like self-care. So appreciating yourself and being grateful for who you are, where you are, like things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, Brett will always show everybody up with his plants. Brett's like super green thumb tropical plant man. I'm just saying. Brett will always, just so you guys know, don't ever compare plants with Brett because he'll win. He will win. He will win. Just letting you know. He will. But self-care, this is the feminine house as well. So appreciate you. You know, like what things have you lived through? What things have you undergone? Like what have you survived? What things are you celebrating about you? So your house, your family, self-care, all of those things. I never ever feel bad telling people like, oh, your moon is in your 4th house and you should do some self-care. So this is like, you're getting a free pass over the next day or so to do, you know, sleep in. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, so Lunar Girl is one of those show everybody up too. We see you over there, Lunar. I see you. I see you. You're reflecting on your personal growth over the last... Of course you were. Of course you were. I am curious how many of you guys, when I pull your birth chart this evening and I look at where you're supposed to be placing your gratefulness, how many of you were like, I've been doing that all day. What? Like, when that happens, you need to be grateful for your intuition for kicking in like that. I'm just saying. I will say too, back on the subject of plants, I can't wait to get things set back up where I can do adopt-a-plants if you guys come to the shop. Some of you guys didn't get to adopt a plant from the shop, but yeah. I cannot confirm or deny that I am drinking cappuccino this late again. Okay, well, to be fair, last night was coffee. This is cappuccino. We're going to say that it's a totally different thing. Just saying. Just saying. So actually the full moon was today. It wasn't last night. It was today. So you had last night, you have yesterday, today, and tomorrow for all of the energy. And so what we're talking about this evening is what is good as far as your gratitude and where you need to place your gratitude. So yeah. So Finn, I hope that I'm giving you guys like an overview of that house, but I want you to fall down the rabbit hole of what that house means. Does that make sense? What that means. So yeah. As long as someone else cares for the plants. Oh my God, Sylvie. As long as, I can't with you. I can't with you. So I will say this. If you have not changed your sheets on your bed, today is a good day to do that. Today is a good day to do that. Even if you just did it a couple days ago, because now we're about to move into summer and you want to leave all of that growth, that spring energy back there. All right, all right, all right. Mike, have I pulled your chart, Mike? I have. Look at you right there. Look at you right there. All right. So you're going from an earth sign into a fire sign. So chances are you've probably been mad, irritated at people too. So you're going from the second house, which is your material girl house. That's like money and like when you were born. Let me say that. When you were born, it's in your second house. This is income, it's work, it's material possessions, it's habits, things like that. Oh, and you're moving into the 10th house. You're moving into the 10th house, which is long-term goals and career and structure and reputation. This is also a very masculine house. So chances are with that masculinity aspect and going from the earth sign into the fire sign, you've been a little bit, I'm not going to say cranky, but just like Hulk out kind of mode. Your Mercury is also straight across from your moon, and it's in Cancer. So I would bet also you might have had some emotional wordy word outbursts a little bit. And that's okay. And that's okay. Just saying. Yeah. Tell him that Bodhi said so. Not that that's going to matter. Not that that's going to matter. But does that make sense, Mike? So you have had this shift over the last couple of days of really thinking about long-term goals, about career, about where you're planting your feet at, and had this big dose of masculinity pop out. We're just going to say pop out. I don't know why. That wasn't even a joke, but it came out that way. So we're just going to walk away from that. We're going to back away from that joke very slowly. Very slowly, we're going to back away from that joke. It's that kind of day. It's fun. It's great. I'm glad. I'm like, we're just going to back away from that. All right, Tonya. Save me, Tonya. Save me. Is this AM or PM, Tonya? I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Everybody knows this one. Am I right? Everyone knows this Mozart piece. It's been a good day. Oh, I have felt not very good the last couple of days. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe we didn't have like a little bit of a bug because Kay and her dad didn't feel good today. So I'm starting to think maybe. Also, Kay's grandma had a procedure done at the hospital today. And so her dad's been back and forth. And we all know that when you're visiting somebody in the hospital, when you're in the hospital, everybody around you is going to get sick. Like everybody around is going to get sick. It just is. You would think not, but it just is. I was listening to a TED Talk the other day, and I was trying to remember which TED Talk it was, but he was talking about the doctor who got made fun of for 30 years when he said, hey, they were delivering babies, and then the moms would get ill and pass away. Usually within like 24 to 30 hours, they would pass away from, I'm trying to remember. It was like it wasn't the Black Death, but it was like the Black Birth something. It was something like that. But it's because they weren't washing their hands. So they would deliver one baby and they would take that disease to the next baby and the mom, to the next mom, to the next mom. Like they just kept on passing it away. They just kept on passing it around. And so this one doctor, and then they would go and they would look at the corpses. And so in the mornings they would do autopsies, and then they would deliver babies in the afternoon. And they were just like passing it. Childbirth. Yeah. And he got made fun of for like 30 years for being like, maybe you should just wash your hands, until another guy was like, oh, maybe we should wash our hands. You know, like, it just cracks me up. I don't know why I said that. Felt like y'all needed to know that too. Welcome to my brain when it's going to storm. This is how my brain works. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, it's a super fun fact, but at the same time, how many women passed away because of that? Because some non-woman wouldn't listen. We're just going to put it that way. Think about that. Think about that. I'm just saying. All right. Save me from myself, Tonya. You saved me from bad jokes a while ago, so save me from myself now. All right. Let's go back here. So, like me, your moon was in Libra when you were born, which means you probably have been pretty angry and not wanting to people over the last couple days. But yours is in your 5th house when you were born, meaning that you are really a romantic at heart and you love kid things at heart. I'm gonna yawn. Don't watch. Don't watch. But it's moving, like right now, it's in your 7th house. So what you need to be grateful for right now with this full moon is, this will really speak to your romantic person. The 7th house is all about marriage. It's about interpersonal relationships. It's about business. It's about equality. It's about sharing things, how you share with other people, how they share with you. So I'm going to sneeze. I know it's coming. Such bullshit. I hate allergies. Now I got like my eye twitching. Bullshit. The 7th house is interesting because it shares a lot of things with the 8th house as well. They're very, very similar, right? What I would say would be thankful for love. Be thankful for relationships. Be thankful for anything at all. Are you married? If you're married or have a significant other, be thankful for that person. Be thankful for that relationship. And if you're not, be thankful for other things in the past. And even so, be thankful for other things in the past. Like this is like celebrating the Rascal Flatts song, The Broken Road. You know, like it's that kind of thankful for those things, if that makes sense. It's that kind of thing, if that makes sense. So listen to that mushy song. But celebrate the relationships that you have now. Celebrate the friends you have now. Celebrate, does that make sense? Wait, what did you guys miss? What's going on? What did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, so celebrate that, Tonya. Do something that lets your significant other know that you're grateful for them, if that makes sense. But this is also a good time to celebrate just friends. Oh, have I mentioned the event yet? I haven't. I thought you meant like, did I do your chart? I did. You were a second after me. I already did it. Would you guys like to know? Would you like to know? So, Sass and I were scheming. And we're just going to call it that. We were scheming. And we're both really, really excited to get to the new place and so on. And the way that timing keeps working out, like I was supposed to be there now, then I was supposed to be there next week. And then like just the way, just things, you know what I mean? Like life, family, work, things just haven't. So we were scheming because we do finally have a date nailed down of when we're going to be there in between all these upcoming conventions and stuff. And we were talking about the very first investigation, the first night of staying the night at the new building, right? I'm not going to lie. I actually might be a little nervous to stay there all night long for the first night. But there's a lot of things I do when I'm first, like, staying in a building or whatever. Some of you guys remember that when I opened the shop to the public here in Sapulpa, we did an all-night live. Like, me and Sass and Tiffany slept in the shop. We had cameras going all night and caught some crazy ass shit, right? The first night that you're in a place is always the most interesting. It just is. It's always the most interesting. So I was talking about how, you know, we need to make friends with the building. We need to make friends with the spirits that are there. We need to do like a meet and greet with the spirits that are there, you know, to say hi and so on. So we were trying to figure out how to do that and how to share that with you guys, because the very first night, the very first thing, that'll never happen again. You know what I mean? That'll never happen again. It is the first thing. And I can tell you that this building has sat empty for years, like a while, a hot long minute. And just within the first 30 minutes that we were in there, we had shit fly off the walls. Sass got grabbed on the arm. Sass got grabbed on the shoulder. We caught voices. We caught doors. Like, so just in 30 minutes at noon, in the middle of the day. So there's no telling what we're going to catch at night. Get to the announcement, bitch. So we decided, usually the first night that we do something, we don't share that. We just don't. Because it's always been kind of like a private thing. But so many of you guys have been so supportive that we are going to share it. We are going to share it. So on the 27th, which is in a couple weeks, we will be doing an all-night private live stream on YouTube. Yeah. You won't get to watch me sleep. I'm sorry. You won't get to watch me sleep. I'm sorry. But we're actually both a little nervous. We need adults to hold our hands. But I have designed a special t-shirt just for that event. To get the t-shirt, you have to be part of the event. Just saying what I'm saying. But we've decided to share that with you. So there will be a free class, like a mini class there'll be 2 mini classes that'll be a part of the event in learning how to do a meet and greet at a new paranormal location, especially when it is your paranormal location. And then also, I don't want to call it a seance. It is, but it's not. I don't know how else to explain that, but not a seance in what you guys think of as a seance. But Sass just pointed out something that this will be, it has never been investigated. Ever. This will be the first time. As the music crescendos. So yeah, it'll be the first time. So those tickets are up. Yeah. What is up, Misty Dawn? I'm excited and I am a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Just because it's such a big place. It is such a big place. Like, it doesn't... My kid and I were talking to my dad yesterday at lunch. My kid's been in the place. My dad hasn't. My dad's excited to go and visit. But I was trying to explain to my dad that the basement is like a maze. And you will get lost down there. You will get turned around down there. It's the weirdest fucking thing. And upstairs is this crazy weird figure 8 without the... I don't know how to explain that either. It's all really weird. It's the weirdest layout for a church. It's weird. We're just going to keep saying it's weird. But let me turn this off. Oh, it's hot. Now I'm cold. It was hot. Now I'm cold. But yeah, those tickets are up. How far is it from the event next weekend? It won't be open. It won't be open for people to come in and investigate with us. It's just going to be Sass and I. So that's going to make it even more. Because we thought about that too. But it is the following Friday. So Friday the 27th. Just because it's really safety, to be honest. It's really safety. There's a lot of things that have to get moved out of the space. Building materials and stuff like that inside, but also just this spiritual safety, paranormal safety, because it hasn't been investigated. We don't know what's there. We know that there's a trickster spirit there that is a little mean. We know that there's a man there, and I don't know if those are the same thing. Does that make sense? So just having me and Sass, it's much easier to account for 2 people than it is for 30 or even 8. Or do you see what I mean? It's much easier to protect just 2 people. It's much just saying. Yeah. We will be opening it up though in July for investigative teams. Just saying. Just saying. That's the other thing too. We were talking about that. A lot of people don't realize that what you bring into a space is going to affect the entities there. So if you come in and you're really happy, you have high energy, you know, you've had a good time, a good day, whatever, you're excited to be there, that excitement is going to boost the energy that's in there. And you're always going to get responses. Does that make sense? But if you have somebody come in, let's say that you were to open it to the public and 20 people signed up for tickets. And let's say there's a couple that came, and let's say they've been fighting for a month and a half and they had a fight all the way there. That is going to affect the entities in there too. They're going to pick up on that. And if there's anything like trickster spirits, 100% will pick up on that. So being that it's the very first night that it's ever been investigated, we felt that multiple ways, safety ways, it would be better for just to be us two. Hopefully we can get some names. I'm going to bring some interesting things with me, so hopefully we can get some good names. But yeah. Online energy, no. That won't affect that. No. I need to sneeze again. Come on. Just get it out. Just do it. Bitch. No. Online energy won't affect it. That's the wonderful thing about technology. If I'm trying on purpose to send Reiki energy, I can. If you're trying on purpose to suck something out, sometimes you can. You have to be a very, very highly skilled energy worker to be able to do that. And I, to be honest, don't know a lot of people that can. When it comes to paranormal things, they have a little bit of a harder time doing that. So I also have things that go on my equipment and on my phone that negates that. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Otherwise, everybody would get attachments from watching like Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures or any of the other ghost shows. People would get attachments all the time. So it's a little harder for them to go through those kind of things. Does that make sense? So, yeah. I'm not worried about it. I'm excited to know how many spirits are there. I'm excited to investigate the graveyard at night. I'm excited. That's going to be creepy as fuck. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be creepy as fuck. And we're going to have to be really careful with that too, because like I mentioned, there's been some groundhogs that they are currently finding new places to live. But there's a couple of graves that have big holes in them and the ground is uneven and so on. So we're going to have to be really careful with that too. We're going to be really careful with that too. I'm excited. So yeah, next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the solstice and the weekend after, I'm just saying, y'all just get ready, because we have the Doss house, we have the old stone jail, and they have opened up the gallows for us to go and investigate. Then the following weekend, we have the reliquary. Oh yeah, that's just... And then we have Crescent Sanatorium. That's 4 massive investigations in 2 weeks. I'm going to need like a 5-day nap. I'm going to need a 5-day nap. A 5-day nap. But the fact that this place is 20 years shy. No, I lied. It's 2025. 1836. So 11 years shy of being 200 years old. It's 11 years shy of being 200 years old. So some of the oldest graves there are almost 200 years old. And knowing that there's like 400 people buried there, like, and that they moved some of the graves, that people put their whole life into that building. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I'm so excited to know how many people are there. I'm just excited. All right. I should get back to work. I should get back to work. The original church was there in the 1830s as well. And then it burnt down. And so what's there now came afterwards. But you're welcome, Cass. Yeah. But yeah, so that carries some stuff with it too. You know, knowing that the original church burnt and so on. Yeah. Yeah, we can blame Sass, and it's all Sass's fault. Not really. We were both so damn excited. We were scheming. I was like, we need to have a whole night where we're just in there by ourselves. Like the first night, we're in there by ourselves. We're going to be like fucking 12-year-olds. I can guarantee you. It's going to be like 2 13-year-olds at a spooky sleepover scaring each other. I'm not gonna lie. When I tell you guys that this place is humongous, that's an understatement. It's an understatement. It is 8,000 square feet without the basement. Let that sink in a minute. My other shop was 5,000 with the apartment upstairs. 8,000 without the basement, and the basement covers the entire building. So you're talking over 10,000 square feet of multiple floors, of levels, a cathedral, a basement. It is a humongous place. And we're going to sleep there. Because we're dumb. I mean... Or stay awake there. That's right. And then be up all day at a convention tomorrow and the next day. Because that's, yeah. Because we're dumb. But yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. I will tell you guys this. We're just doing this tonight. I'm just letting you know. My tickets were the Doss house on Friday the 20th. I think there's one left for you to actually come and investigate in the Doss house with us. And that is a very, very active place. Since they sold so fast and there are people that are coming in late on Friday so they couldn't get a ticket, we also added tickets for a Sunday during the day event. So I'm so excited. So excited. All right. Let me focus on the worky work. I'm excited. All right. Erin is next. These will be on YouTube. It'll be tomorrow because it'll take a minute for me to get them downloaded from TikTok. But they will be on YouTube. So if you're like, bitch, I got to go to bed and you're still talking, it's okay. I got you. Okay? I got you. You are so funny. Accidentally. You like how he said accidentally? How is your wrist, by the way, Brett? How is your hand? I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Erin, I don't think I have pulled a birth chart for you. Heather, since a lot of people can't go, this is why I do every investigation that's coming up has a live stream. In fact, don't tell Sass. Just do this. All right, just do this. But I made a 3-4-1 ticket for the Doss House, Crescent, and the Old Stone Jail. She told me not to, but I did. I love you. Don't hate me. The good thing about them too is this. You'll get the ticket, or not the ticket, excuse me. You'll get the link in your ticket. So if you order that, the link comes in the email, the confirmation email, and you have access to it anytime. So that link will be good 6 months down the road even. So let's say that, you already know that you're going to be out of town that weekend and you won't be able to watch it, but you want to watch it later. Cool. You'll get the link. And the only thing I ask is that if you're watching it later and you catch anything, tell us, mark what time it is at 1 hour and 57 minutes in. There's a little girl in the corner. Tell us. You know what I mean? Tell us. Yeah. Tell us. Just saying. Yeah. Let us know. All right. Erin. I'm so excited. The whole month of June is nothing but investigating. I'm so excited. All right, Erin. Let's move it. Rada. So when you were born, Erin, your moon was in the 8th house in Scorpio. Look at those 4 Scorpio placements right there. Look at that. So the 8th house is interesting because that is your intimacy style. And that is also, it's so weird how some of these are so dualistic. So it's your intimacy style, but it's also, I have to look at the thing with the 8th house. I never can remember it for some reason. But this is also taxes, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, and then partner resources and schmecks and intimacy and things like that. So where is yours now? The fact that you're going from a water into a fire sign, I would kind of bet that you've almost felt like you were in a depressive phase, because going from that emotion. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, Linda? All right, Linda's thinking. There we go. So going from, the moon is actually in Capricorn. Your moon is in Capricorn now instead of being Sagittarius. You went from the intuition, being in touch with your emotions and so on, to right now in this moment, it just moved over into Capricorn. I'm going to give you a little bit of Sagittarius and Capricorn because it's right on the line. So it moved into the 10th house. So right now, the thing that you should be the most thankful for and what you should be doing grateful workings for are anything in your career that has happened. Good and bad. Okay? Good and bad. So all of the bad things, be grateful for them. The times that you didn't get a job you wanted. The time that you got laid off. The time that you got fired. The time that you had to quit. Be grateful for all of those things, right? But also be grateful for what's going on now. Even if you hate what's going on now. Does that make sense? going into from Scorpio into Sagittarius, that's kind of a deep dive. Chances are that you have really been deep in your own shadow work over the last couple of days, like really thinking things through, being probably way too hard on yourself. That Sagittarius part of the full moon is going to very quickly shift into your goals and where you're going with this Capricorn aspect. So it is like, let's rush forward. Let's start doing all the things. So the shadow work you've been doing from the water into the fire is setting you up to really be a fantastic springboard for what you're wanting to do going forward. So now that the moon is shifting over into Capricorn, dude, harness that energy. This is for all of y'all. Harness that energy. If you have not watched the astrological forecast, you should. You 100% should. I'm just saying. You 100% should. But there's your deep dive to fall down what the 10th house is. The 10th house is one of my favorite houses because I have too many Capricorn placements. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. Why are you being... Linda, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being the computer that you always are. Yeah, every time I'm moving my mouse, I'm seeing the little thing. I'm like, please just... Please, please, please. All right, Amy. Yep, if you can count on one thing, it's fucking Linda. It's fucking Linda. All right, so you're... kind of interesting that you don't get mad hardly at all. Okay, all right, sorry. Your moon is in Virgo in the 8th house when you were born. Oh. And it moved into the 11th house. And the 11th house is like reputation and social standing. And so you have really had this hardcore, you've had some anger in there as well. And you don't get angry. With your Mars being in Aquarius, I had to do this. I almost said Scorpio. And I'm like, it's not Scorpio, bitch. Words are not your friend tonight. When you were born with your Mars being in Aquarius, it takes... Amy H. It takes a ton for you to get mad. And so I bet you woke up angry this morning. I bet you woke up angry this morning. Don't even know why you're angry. You just woke up like, I just want to tell everybody fuck off. Because of that earth into the fire aspect. The thing I find really interesting is that you've always had a focus emotionally, been very, very hyper aware of everybody else's emotions and needs. So all of your friends, all of your relationships, anything like that, you've been hyper focused on that your whole life. And now over the last couple of days, you felt this pull to like a very deep, like social awareness and humanitarian issues and your own goals and hopes and dreams for the future. So I would also not be surprised if you felt a little selfish over the last couple of days because you're like, you know what? Fuck that. I want to do this. Fuck that. I want to do this. So you've had all of those things happening where you're like, you know what? No, I want to do this. Now that moon is shifting into Capricorn, it's going to be even more hardcore. Even more hardcore. So what I love about this is that we had the full moon technically was in Sagittarius because it happened early this morning. But now the moon is shifting over into Capricorn, which means all of us went from this fiery, let's plan some shit out, let's be the party wherever we're going, and have fun with it, into this more Capricorn way of looking at it where you're like, all right, bitches, it's on like Donkey Kong now. You're ready to clean up after the party and get shit going. But I love that this, when I say I love that, let me say what I'm going to say and then I'll clarify it. I love that you've gone from this, let me focus on everybody else, to these are my goals up here. So, yeah. I think that's fantastic. I would bet that you are definitely that person that you put everybody else first anyway. They're not going to understand why you're suddenly putting your goals and dreams first, Amy. And that's okay. That's okay. But I think it's far beyond time. I think it's far beyond time. Sylvie! I know I have pulled Sylvie's. I really dislike wordy words. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. All right, Sylvie Poo. Well, you didn't have much of an emotional change because your moon's in Aries and it went into Sagittarius early this morning. So there wasn't a crazy amount of change as far as your emotional level. You were still a fireball. But your moon is in your first house. Okay. So you did go from... So you and Amy are kind of in the same boat, but yours is a lot different. So you went from the fourth house, which is roots and home and family and so on, to the first house, which is the self. This is like the epitome of the ego, the self, etc. The first house is, God, quit. Somebody is talking about me. My nose is itching like a motherfucker. Stop. Okay. I almost pulled my nose ring out. That really fucking hurt. Let's not do that. Bitch, that sucked. Okay, all right. I'm not crying, you're crying. Gonna get the heebie-jeebies out. All right, so you went from the fourth house into the first house. The first house is literally the you. It's the self. This is not just like your goals and dreams and so on. This is a new beginning. This is your appearance. This is, and it's not so much like, oh, I look like shit. It's looking at, I'm not sure I really like this style anymore. Or looking at where you're going to make shifts in who you are. I hope that makes sense. But the self, the ego, this first house, this is also your whole approach to life. So knowing that your moon is now there and it's going into Capricorn, which is a more hardcore way of looking at things, more black or white, there's no gray. This is definitely a Sylvie time. This is definitely a Sylvie time. And knowing what you do for a living and knowing how dedicated you are to your family, I would say that Sylvie time is long overdue. Yeah, God, this is driving me up the wall. Sylvie time is long overdue. But if you've been over the last day or so and tonight and into tomorrow, really falling down the rabbit hole of what your approach to life is, that's why. That's why. So, one of the things I'm going to recommend when I look up y'all's moon and tell you where it is and I give you kind of an overview, look up, moon in first house, moon in fourth house, moon in quadruple seventh house, whatever. That's not a thing, but you know what I'm saying. And that'll give you, in fact, I would look at good versus bad for moon in first house. Linda. Yeah, your moon is your emotions. The moon is also a lot of things besides the emotions, but that's the main thing. Linda. Linda, I'm about to take up a collection plate for a replacement. That's where we're at, girl. That's where we're at. I just want you to know. Everybody on the live stream knows that it's you, Linda. It's not us, it's you. Legitimately you. You're being a hoe. Why you gotta do us like this, Linda? I'm about to fight right in your face. Right in your face. I'm letting her get her shit back together. Things are still loading. This computer isn't even really that old either. That's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. Steph, Orlando, Anna, and Brett. Let me refresh my list because Linda. Yeah. Steph. She doesn't, though, Amethyst Witch. That's the thing. She doesn't. She doesn't. Linda is like that little old lady who has worked at the bank for 47 years, and she knows that she's really close to retirement, and she knows that she knows everything about everybody and everybody's business, and they're not going to fire her. So she does what she wants because she's a hoe. You know exactly what I mean. Like, she's the grandma of the president of the company. Nobody's going to do anything to her. Nobody's going to do anything to her. No one's going to do anything to her. All right. Steph gets a brand new chart. Yes, exactly. She thinks that she's above the law. She does. She thinks she's above the law. Because she's a jerk. Because she's a jerk. All right, let me adjust this back. There we go. All right, Steph, this is yours. So this has your moon being in the 6th house in Taurus. So you also were a little, this full moon made you a little angry, a little fiery. A little fiery. Oh, and your moon, your Sagittarius moon was in the 1st house. It's still in the 1st house, but now it has moved into Capricorn. Okay. So it would not surprise me to know that going from Taurus to Sagittarius, it would not surprise me to know that you really had to fight yourself in not buying like something really expensive over the last couple of days, whether it was like a purse, a pair of boots, a new car. You really had to fight yourself about like, bitch, we don't need that right now. Like, we don't need that right now. But the little Taurus part back here was like, but you want it. It would make you look great. And then it doesn't help either that the moon went into Sagittarius for you, and that Sagittarius part is like, look how badass you look in that. Look how great. You know what I mean? Like, I know you had it on both sides. The fact that you're ascending is also right behind your moon. See right here? This is your moon and your ascending. So both of those are right there together. Your ascending is still in Sagittarius. So this moon hit you really hard. This moon hit you really hard in almost an identity crisis aspect of, why have I always done this? Why am I always doing this? And being that your moon was in your 6th house when you were born, that is your work ethic and so on. So your health, your fitness, etc. And knowing that now the moon is going into Capricorn, that birth moon is really hardcore moving into I'm trying to think of the right way to explain it. Tauruses and Capricorns work well together because they're very, very driven. Tauruses and Sagittariuses also work well together because they're very, very driven. So you going from a work ethic moon placement to the 1st house moon placement of the self, be really, really grateful for you. Seriously, for you. For every illness you've ever had, every surgery you've ever had, every time you've skated through something and gone, I don't know how I survived that. Everything you've overcome. Like, be thankful for those things. Be thankful for Steph, okay? And whatever it is that's been rolling around in your noggin as far as a rebrand, a reinvention, a bigger part of Steph, a bigger part of Steph, go for it. I'm going to encourage you, go for it, because your moon being in the 1st house is a massive shift for you. But since it's moving into Capricorn, you've really been feeling this pull of, I want to be something more. I want to be something different. And I'm going to encourage you. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I have faith in you. I know you can do it. Okay. I love that for you too. I love that for you too. Everybody that had a moon going into the 1st house, I love that for you, because that is finally a focus on you. That is finally you being able to do the things that you have always dreamed of doing. So yes, I love this. I think it's fantastic. Not that the other houses aren't important, but the 1st house is literally the self, the ego. It's you. It's your brains. It's your brains. I know I've pulled me an Orlando birth chart before. I hope Orlando's still here. There we are. There he is. Oh yeah, I forgot you have like, you tried to put everything in your 12th house. I forgot. Tell me that birth chart right there doesn't crack you up. Tell me that birth chart doesn't crack you up. Everything is either in the 12th house or the 10th house. Okay, you have a couple placements in the 1st house, but still, it's funny. All right. Oh, so this moon emotionally didn't really affect you because you already had a moon in Sagittarius. Oh, and it's still in the 12th house. Okay. So what this tells me is where the things you should be grateful for with this full moon are how magical you are. And I know that the situation you're in right now, you don't feel very magical. And I know that it's kind of hard to feel magical when you feel like shit when you're in the hospital. But you really are a magical motherfucker. I'm just saying, Lando. I'm just saying. This also is a good time to do, it's one thing, but both sides of it, okay? Anything at all with your spiritual self. Anything at all with learning more about spirituality, about higher levels of spirituality. I know that you come from a Latin family, and delving down into some of those bigger, I don't want to say bigger, more ancient ritualistic practices of that, stories, myths, all of those things, that 100% is what I would recommend. Be thankful for what you've already learned, and then dive down some more. Learn some more. Do you know where your family comes from, Orlando? I know you go by Lando, but I like Orlando. Do you know what part of Mexico? Like more central, north, southern? Like, have you done any tracings? Any tracings of your family? Because if you know if it's more central, north, or south, central, it's easier to pinpoint. Nope. Hell no. Sorry, there was a Dr. Love and stuff. I had to pause for a minute. I can't with some of those. I can't. Fall down the rabbit hole of where your oh, it's really that kind of great time this evening, yeah? I do have time later because I've been sleeping like shit. I got time for you trolls. One of the things I love about Central Mexico the most is that is where the Aztec Empire really blew up. That is where all of the obsidian weapons really became a big, huge thing. It is always on you every time. You just draw them in. But I love the history from that area. Like, I took a whole semester in college that was nothing but Central Mexican history, like ancient history. I love it. It's fucking fantastic. So yeah, I remember because I thought it was interesting that was you. But I mean, you have time to fall down the rabbit hole of some of these things. I'm just saying. You have time to fall down the rabbit hole of some of these things, while you're not doing anything else. Since your moon is still in your 12th house, this is the perfect time for you to delve down some more of this stuff. And don't forget that you're a magical bitch, Lando. A magical bitch. I'm just saying. So, have they told you how long you're going to be there? Or are you just stuck? You should be. Absolutely, you should be. Even if you just can put your hands on your stomach. You know what I mean? Sass, I'm sending you a message so you can remind me to do something. I sent you a message. Go look at it. Lando, either me or Sass is going to message you here in a minute. Okay? Just let it happen. Just saying. Oh! How am I sleepy? How am I yawning? We love you right back, my friend. I love you right back. I don't know why Vlad is still doing his damn thing. All right, Anna, you're next, love. I don't think I've pulled yours, have I, Anna? No. You got your mama up early. That or you had your mama up all night. One or the other, Anna. Oh, this is your first thing? This is the first thing I'm ever doing for you? No pressure. No pressure. Oh, you have a squishy moon. Oh my God. You're like die hard love bug. Your moon is in Pisces, which is the squishiest emotional zodiac sign for your emotions to be in. And then it's in the 5th house when you were born, which is like your love and romance and inner child. I would bet, oh, and you're a Scorpio. I would bet you are fun as fuck to hang out with, especially when we're doing childish shit. I would bet that you cry at all of the rom-com movies. I would bet that you go, oh, when lovey things happen. I can't help it. I'm going to tease you. Where's your moon now? Oh. No, you've been hard as fuck on yourself the last few days. Okay. So your moon is in the 3rd house, which is your mind. So you have been going from a water sign to a fire sign. You've already been doing kind of a deep dive down the rabbit hole of, you know, all of the shadow aspects of yourself, all of the poor pitiful me aspects, the Eeyore aspects. But this has been really, really hard because now it's in the 3rd house. So by not only being grateful for the things in the 3rd house, Linda, but also kind of leaning into it a little bit, it'll ease this a tad. This moon hit you a little hard in the feelers. It did. I would not be surprised to know that you've kind of pulled back from, you know, friends, families, co-workers, significant others, whatever, that you've kind of pulled back just a little bit because of the deep dive. And you probably have said a few times over the last couple of days, like, oh, okay, I'm crazy. Like I'm just crazy at this point because your brain has not been nice to you. But what you need to be grateful for with this full moon, and where I would put some grateful offerings in, is for the way that you communicate. You have always had an amazing way of communicating. Oh yeah, because Mercury's in your 1st house in Libra. So you've always been a peacemaker. So being able to always have the right words to say. I would also bet, being as squishy as you are with that moon placement, you can make people cry with your wordy words, can't you? You can write a card that will make someone's heart explode, that it's so sweet and mushy. And I would bet that you always know the right things to say, and somebody instantly will cry, you know, in a good way. But I bet you can make people cry in a bad way. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I will also say this. Be thankful for how well you're able to use your words. Right now, your Mercury is in Cancer. And I know we're not talking about that really. But I feel bad because your moon is... You're already a squishy moon person. But it being in that 3rd house, the 3rd house is a very interesting house. It's your mind, it's your brain, it's the way you think, it's the way you process information, and it's communication. It's also like your interests and things like that. So if you're kind of going down a deep dive already, it's hard to appreciate those things because you're like, my brain's a dick, you know, like it just keeps telling me how shitty I am and so on and so forth. So by leaning into that, Vlad, so Lando, it's not just you, it's apparently Anna too, that Vlad's gonna be Vlad. It's a little harder to lean into that when your brain's being such a jerk, but lean into how well you have always been able to communicate. How well you've always been able to communicate, because that is something that's really, really important. A lot of people can't communicate very well, and the fact that you have always been able to, and the fact that you can move people with your words, there is something called a words healer. Certain people have just the right perfect placements. I would have to look through yours a lot more, like through your birth chart a lot more, but I would be willing to bet that you're a words healer, that you always know the right thing to say, and that has its good and its bad. You always know the right button to push. You always know the right thing to say to calm down a situation, to fire someone up, to encourage somebody. The problem with being a words healer is that it doesn't work on yourself. You can affect everyone else, but it doesn't work on yourself. Holy cow. Samantha. 26 months. Girl, seriously? Holy shit, thank you. But lean into that. Lean into that, Anna. Be thankful for words. Just be thankful for words. So if you have favorite books, if you have things like that, quotes, be thankful for those. You know what I mean? Use those in any kind of working you do as far as being grateful to the universe. Like pick out, some of your favorite quotes or the quotes that really hit you in the feely feels to be a part of workings. You having a quote, having the right words, sit and think about the words that you're saying over those workings will always take your stuff to the next level. I'm just saying. You can speak things into existence. So be thankful for that too. And then use it for your advantage. And I'm sorry your brain has been such a jerk to you the last couple of days. I'm sorry. All right, Bredimus. You were traveling too? I love it. I love it. Where were you off to, Anna? I feel trapped because I haven't gotten to go anywhere in months. This has been bullshit. Been bullshit. I want to go somewhere. All right. So this full moon emotionally didn't really affect you too much because you went from Capricorn to Sagittarius back to Capricorn. I have not been to Nebraska. Nebraska is one place I haven't been yet. I kind of can't wait. So Brett, yeah, this emotionally, this has been pretty level for you. You probably had a little bit more drive to change and shift, but you went from the 6th house to the 5th house. Okay. You went from your ascending in Leo to your ascending in Capricorn as well. So I would bet that everything has been more like level laid out for you. And I love that. Emotionally, here's where, not emotionally, moon wise, let's say it that way. Here's what I would say to be grateful for. Because that 5th house is all about inner child stuff. That 5th house is all about romance and love and how you see romance. Being that your moon was in your 6th house to begin with, you kind of have an issue with, I would bet you're not the most like overly over the top lovey person. You probably don't like a lot of PDA and stuff like that because your moon's in Capricorn when you were born. And it's also in that 6th house, which is like your work ethic and appearances and so on. But being that it's in the 5th house, now you probably, I'm not saying that has changed and you're not like, let's go make out in public, but be thankful for all of the relationships that have come in and out of your life. Be grateful for all of the good ones, all of the bad ones, and every time in between. Be thankful for how you have been the pick-me-up for some people and how some people have been the pick-me-up for you. Does that make sense? The other thing I'm going to say is this. If you're doing any kind of working over the next couple of days, some of the things that you can add to it as far as being thankful and giving, an offering or something like that, anything that you would have liked as a kid. cupcake, your favorite cookie, like Santa Claus, a glass of milk and a cookie, like anything that kid Brett, anything that like 5-6-year-old Brett would have liked, that's a great thing for an offering. It's a great thing for an offering. And, you know, you can also get some Play-Doh and make a person smudge it. You know, like that's always a good thing too. It's always a good thing too. I think I'm all about smashing clay, people, because I now have to remake a couple of poppets. They were sitting drying and Vlad flipped the tray off the table and 2 of them broke, and I was pissed off, mad, angry. Pissed off, mad, angry. So there's a couple of y'all that are going to get 2 poppets because I made the poppet for you, and even though it broke, I can't unmake it. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm going to explain it to you, and then I'm also will send you an email. It was just 2 people. But I'm going to remake the poppet. But like the intent, all the crystals, all the stuff that's in that clay, that was yours to begin with. And even though it's broken, it's still really, really useful. So I'm going to send it to you anyway. But yeah, I was ready to myrtleize this meow meow cat this morning. He's not been nice. He's been... like, he's over there right now in a box doing things he's not supposed to, and he thinks that I can't hear him. But I can. But I can. Can't I, Vlad? Yeah. Heather. Heather is next. If Linda will let it happen. Okay. I know you probably don't hear this a lot, Heather, but you have a really cool last name, dude. You have a really cool last name. It's your first time too, really? No pressure. I love me some Mozart. I like Vivaldi. Usually I have Vivaldi on when I'm working. But I was all about the Mozart today. This is why some of y'all are going to remember this, and some of y'all had this done to you. I did it to Brody. But Baby Mozart came out right before I got pregnant with Brody, and I actually did it with Kirsten too. But I listened to classical music nonstop when I was pregnant with Brody, and I am not going to lie. He likes classical music, but he did really well in school. Effortlessly. Both of my kids are really, really intelligent. Really, really to the intelligent. So yeah. If y'all are having a problem focusing, listen to some classical music. Even if you want, you can look up dark classical music. Oh, dark classical music is fantastic. But Mozart, Beethoven, Vivaldi, Grieg is another really good one. Yeah. All right. Let me focus on Heather. Heather. Oh, your moon is in Capricorn in the 3rd house. So there ain't anybody that can say anything to you that's going to hurt your feelings more than you already hurt your own feelings. Damn, woman. People with a Capricorn moon, you are a special kind of self-loathing mean. Seriously. If you know somebody that has a Capricorn moon, don't even try to make them feel bad about something, because they have already told themselves that same thing 50 different ways and destroyed themselves over it. Like, you can't hurt them. You can't hurt them. I'm just saying. Ooh, I do love this. Let me see if I can get this a little higher. And okay. So you went from the Capricorn moon in the 3rd house to your moon being in the 2nd house. And it just went back into Capricorn from Sagittarius. So the second house is your goals and your material girl house. So chances are you are really, really fired up right now to move forward, to make all the monies, to, go further in your job. Like you are really, really all about it, all about moving forward. Being that it went into Sagittarius and then back into Capricorn. The things I would say to be grateful for are, and you can add these into your goals and your manifestation workings. You want to be thankful for any opportunity that you've had in your entire life, okay? So maybe in high school, you got the opportunity to intern somewhere, or you got the opportunity to work in the office, or you got whatever it is. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that so much. Whatever opportunity, any opportunity that you've had throughout your whole life, I would pick the one that made the, okay, Sass, that made the, what? So the DOS House event on Friday night is sold out. Shauna just messaged and said that all the tickets were sold out. I can't believe you guys. That is really, really humbling. That's really, really humbling to know that you guys want to come investigate some weird spooky ass place with me so much that it's sold out. Heather, I would pick out the opportunity that has meant the most to you. Does that make sense? We all have an opportunity that meant some humongous thing to us. And it may have just been a small thing to somebody else, but it was a humongous thing to us. So I would pick out some opportunities that have been a big thing to you. And I would make sure that you tell the universe, like, I am so grateful that you gave me this opportunity when I was 20, or this opportunity last week, or whatever. But I would also mention any opportunities here recently that have fallen into your lap, and be thankful for those as well. The second house is also the material girl house. So as far as like offerings go, if you wanted to add something to all of those hardcore goals and dreams and things like that. Oh, and you're a Pisces. So, okay. Money, like just coins, is going to be a good thing as far as an offering goes right now. If you don't have a money bowl, you should make one, or this is a good time to refresh yours. Add some cinnamon and some rosemary and stuff in there. Yeah. Does that make sense? Does that make all the sense? You had a lot of things in retrograde when you were born, by the way. All of the Gatorades. What's up, Chris? How are you? I mean, there's 3, but there are 3 major ones. Jupiter, Saturn, and your Pluto. So yeah. That's a whole thing to fall down right there, girl. There's a whole thing to fall down right there. Why is this saying, you know what, Linda? Okay. Oh, you were my last one, Heather. Okay. I was like, why are you being Linda? Life is in retrograde. Well, a lot of that is because, so let me explain to you guys, Saturn and Jupiter are like 2 big, massive placements in your chart. And so Jupiter, I want you to think of Jupiter as like your personal power, okay? Jupiter is, yeah, it's your life force, okay? It's your luck. So when that's in retrograde, you got to learn how to use that to your advantage. Saturn is karma, it's grounding, it's work, it's career, it's that Saturn is like the grandpa, you know what I mean? Like the one that you look up to that could just like tell you he's disappointed in you and your whole world is crushed, but you wanted to be like him because everything he did seemed to be perfect, you know, and honorable and things like that. So when that is in retrograde, then you got to learn how to use that to your advantage. People get all upset about how, oh, I have this in retrograde in my chart when I was born, so I'm always going to have this problem. Yes, But if you already know you're going to have that problem, then you know how to start overcoming that. Let's say that you know that you're always going to, let's say Mercury was in retrograde in your chart when you're born. It's not in yours, but there's a lot of people, because Mercury is the thing that goes into retrograde the most. So you already know that wordy words are not a thing, right? Like I always say, like, my words aren't working. First of all, when that planet goes into retrograde, it's going to be a good thing for you. So people that were born under a Mercury retrograde, when it goes into retrograde while you're in your meat sack, it's always going to be a good time for you. Your communications are going to be great. You're not going to have a lot of technology problems, like things like that. When it's out of retrograde, it's just like you're playing the opposite game, right? So when it's out of retrograde and you already know that you're going to have word problems, that's not the time to talk to somebody on the phone about a problem. That is the time to text them or email them so you can look at it before you send it. So if you know how to combat the retrograde aspect, you can fly through any retrograde in your chart. You can fly through any retrograde period. Like, you just have to know how to combat that retrograde placement in your chart. Use it to your advantage. Yeah. I have way too many Capricorn placements, girl. Yeah. We're gonna bust that all. You know what I mean? We gotta bust through all the Gatorade retrogrades. All of them. So yeah. Well, guys, with that, I'm gonna get off of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to do a lot of work tomorrow. Y'all are going to get to come work with me tomorrow. So if you're bored during the day, I got you. We're going to be working on birth charts and reports and things like that. So you can just hang out. It'll be great. We'll make weird faces. We'll make weird sounds. It'll be fun. But I love you guys. And I will see you. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate you. So I will see you guys